Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is LuckyBunz, and in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing how amazing Haunter is in the Open Great League in Pokemon Go. So we're starting off here with our first match. We're just jumping straight into it, guys. We have Haunter against Azumarill, and I've gone ahead and sped up the clips to about 1.5 just so we can get through this in a decent amount of time. We're going right away for the Sludge Bomb. And surprisingly, Azumarill doesn't actually shield it, and it should. I mean, I feel like a lot of people just don't expect the Haunter. We go ahead and shield the Ice Beam. Again, just want to keep Haunter in as long as possible. Haunter is a very glassy Pokemon, so you kind of have to use him very carefully. Now we're going for the Shadow Ball against Alolan Marowak, and I believe they do go for the shield. They did go for the shield right there, so then we swap into our Azumarill. And I'm not sure if they go for a swap, or actually, I think that the person rage quits right now. Yeah, so they went ahead and rage quit. I think they just kind of realized, hey, I kind of messed up. I'm not shielding with that Azumarill, so yeah, they just went ahead and rage quit. Okay, moving on over to our second match. We are going to have a Bastidon lead. Very, very interesting. So we go ahead and we attack for a little bit, just get some energy gain, and then we go for the swap into Azumarill, as that is the best counter against Bastidon that we currently have. So it's really important that we're able to take this thing down right now with our Azumarill, because if we get stuck, you know, and our Azumarill faints, we're going to be in like a really, really bad position. So we get hit with another attack before we can get off that Ice Beam. Again, the Ice Beam is to try and fake them out, because we want to get rid of their shields. So we go for the Ice Beam, and then we are able to get rid of one of their shields. Now we're charging up for the Hydro Pump. But again, we go for the Ice Beam, because they're probably assuming that we are going to go Hydro Pump, and again, they need to keep their Bastidon alive. Now at this point, even if we go for another Ice Beam, we should be able to KO them. And so that's exactly what we do. So we got rid of both of their shields, and now we're going for that last Ice Beam. And Bastidon is pretty much dead. It actually is dead right now. Okay, and then they are going for a swap into Sableye, so we swap back over into Haunter after we let our Azumarill faint. We go for that immediate Shadow Ball, and guys, both of their shields are already down. They're going to get nuked, and there you go, guys. Pretty much from full HP, Shadow Ball to the face. Again, going for another Shadow Ball with Haunter against Toxicroak. I mean, Shadow Ball is a nuke, guys. It just does so much damage, so just two back-to-back nukes like that with Haunter. And yeah, if you use Haunter correctly, it can be incredibly powerful, but it's a very spicy pick. It's a very glassy Pokemon. And upside, guys, we got a Charge TM and 2 Rare Candy from our rewards. Also, I don't know when Niantic changed it to 2 Rare Candy. It had to have been either today or yesterday, but that's pretty awesome. I'm stoked about that. Okay, so we got another Azumarill lead right here. And once again, we're gonna be going for the Sludge Bomb, and it's really weird, guys, because I feel like people don't expect me to go Sludge Bomb. And then I do, and then their Azumarill basically just gets destroyed. So yeah, it's really good against Azumarill if you can get them without shields. Definitely really good. I don't know why these people specifically just didn't use it, but I mean, it is what it is. So now we're going for the Shadow Ball, and then I believe we're going to go for a swap out, or we might actually just let the Haunter die, I think. Yeah, we just let the Haunter die there. And then we swap into Altaria. And I believe we don't shield this. We're just going to tank whatever they dish out. Now, sadly, it was a Dragon Pulse, so we should have shielded that. I didn't think it was going to be a Dragon Pulse. I thought they might have run Sky Attack, but sadly they didn't, and that's where I kind of messed up. Had I actually used my shield to block that Dragon Pulse, we would have been in a much better position right now. It's still not an issue, though. At least I'm still trying to make the best of it. We only have our Azumarill left, so we're going in with that Ice Beam. Take down the Altaria. They have one shield left, we have one shield left. Their next Pokemon is Alolan Marowak. They go for a swap into their Azumarill, which faints, and now they have their Alolan Marowak left. So we're charging up to make them think that we're gonna go for the Hydro Pump right now. And we choose not to. Actually, we actually use a shield. I was about to say we choose not to. And I'm glad that we did use the shield right there, because that Shadow Ball would have killed us for sure. So now we go for the Ice Beam. I'm assuming they thought that we were going to go for the Hydro Pump, but we didn't go for it quite yet. Now we're able to get off our main Hydro Pump. They're out of shields, so they're going to have to take this to the face. And there it is, guys. So we were actually able to turn that match around. Despite not shielding against that Dragon Pulse, we were still able to pull off that match. Alright, so moving on over to match number 4, they have an Altaria lead. So Altaria is a difficult lead against Haunter because I feel like it definitely plows through it pretty fast. So we just try to get some energy gain before going for a swap. And we swap over to Azumarill, which should tank it pretty well. Yeah, it doesn't do too much damage. I would say Altaria swap would have been worse if we went for that. So now they swap into Alolan Raichu, which is a really, really good counter against Azumarill and against Altaria. However, Haunter can destroy Alolan Raichu, and same thing with Ice Beam. Ice Beam actually does a decent amount of damage, so most of the time people do go for the shield against the Ice Beam on Azumarill, even though, you know, Alolan Raichu is destroying Azumarill with Spark right there. And then Thunder Punch just hits so fast, guys. I think it's like 3 hits to charge that thing up, so it comes in pretty hot. Now, I believe they go for another shield right now, though. They do, so they use up both shields, so we swap into our Haunter and go for that Shadow Ball. I mean, we charged up our energy on Altaria and we were ready to go, and that was like the best counter we could have used against Alolan Raichu, to be honest, because Altaria and Azumarill both take super effective damage because they're weak to electric type attacks, so it was kinda tricky. Alright, so now they go in with Marsh Top, which is actually a rather interesting pick. You don't see that too often in the Open Great League meta. And so we just tanked that first hit right there, not too big of a deal. Going in for the Sky Attack. Boom, to the face. Again, they don't have any shields, neither do we, but we're definitely putting in work. So we can tank another one of their Sludge Bombs, I believe, right? Is it Sludge Bomb? Oh, just Sludge. I apologize. Alright, so now their Marsh Top is down. We're going in for the kill on Altaria. Going in for the Sky Attack. Alright, most of its damage is down. It's coming at us with another Sky Attack, I believe. I don't think it had enough time to get off Dragon Pulse. It did not, so another Sky Attack, and we're able to just body it for the rest of the HP that it had left. So there we go, another win, another win. All right, we got a very interesting matchup right here. So this one starts with Alolan Raichu. Now we do have the advantage with Haunter, so I don't believe they go for the switch right away. I think they kind of just tank it out, they go for that initial Thunder Punch, and guys, I made a mistake. I should have shielded right here. I didn't realize Thunder Punch did that much damage against Haunter. Had I shielded, we would have been in a much better situation. But because I didn't, well, Haunter pretty much got knocked out, and there goes our Alolan Raichu counter. Now the tricky part about going up against Whiscash with any Pokemon really is that Mud Bomb charges in like 2 hits. So they attack you twice, throw a Mud Bomb, and guys, it does so much damage long term. Like, it doesn't do that much damage on the spot, but think about consistent like Mud Bombs. It's really, really bad. So now we're going for the Ice Beam, they're gonna go for the shield, we swap into Altaria, and what we're trying to do, or at least what I was trying to do, is I was trying to finish that thing off before it could use Blizzard against my Altaria, because if it uses Blizzard, I mean, Altaria is 1 hit, just straight up. And again, same thing with the Thunder Punches. I'm wondering if I should have even just let that one hit. I don't know how much damage it would have done. It might have done too much damage though, so it probably wasn't a bad shield right there. Now Skarmory as their last choice is actually really, really good against what we have currently. So Haunter being out of the match right now really, really sucks, because if we could have got off maybe like a Shadow Ball against that Skarmory, that would have done a lot of damage, guys. So it is a bit unfortunate that our Haunter is already down. We're trying to just get as much damage as we possibly can. I go in for the switch into Azumarill right there, and I don't believe I shield this. No, I don't shield this. I tank it, because I knew that we could survive at least that Sky Attack. So I didn't go for the shield right there, and it's because I wanted to shield on Altaria. But the downside is, guys, is that they have a shield left already, so we can't really do much right now. And I'm not sure if I would have got off enough energy to get off another charge move with the Azumarill if I had shielded that Mud Bomb, so it was kind of a tricky situation, but it is what it is, guys. I definitely made a mistake at the beginning of the match with the Haunter and not shielding that Thunder Punch. I should have shielded it. Alright, moving on over to our next match, we have Haunter versus Alolan Marowak. Pretty good lead. Honestly, we both have super effective damage against each other. We're going for that immediate Shadow Ball, which I believe they do go ahead and shield. They do. Then we swap into Azumarill. So now Haunter is still alive in the match. We still have Haunter for later, which is going to come in handy. Alright, so we go for the Hydro Pump. It's pretty much a clone matchup here. Azumarill versus Azumarill. Now, most Azumarills do have play rough, so I'm always at a disadvantage because I tend to run Hydro Pump instead. I find Hydro Pump a lot more useful for other Pokemon. I mean, when it's the mirror match, of course, you know, play rough is going to be the go-to, and I think a lot of people do prepare for the mirror match, but I'm a little bit different in that aspect. So now we're going for the Hydro Pump once again. They don't go for the shield, so again, it's a pretty fair fight. We're both going to go down at about the same time. We go for the shield right now, though, against the play rough. And that was just to keep Azumarill in the game a little bit longer. So now I believe we don't go for the shield. We just tank out the play rough. Because at this point, oh, actually, they didn't even go for play rough. They tried to fake me out with that ice beam. So that was actually rather interesting. I think play rough takes a little bit longer to charge up. So yeah, if I would have shielded that, that would have been really, really bad. All right, so now we have Defense Deoxys. Going for the Hydro Pump, which will do a bunch of damage, but I believe they go for the shield. I think they do. Oh, actually, they don't go for the shield. Never mind. And then we swap into Haunter, which is going to do super effective damage. We still have that shield left over, guys, so we can actually block Defense Deoxys' move, which actually came in pretty clutch. Sadly, though, they had a charge move ready on their Alolan Marowak, which is a pretty good swap in, because it got rid of the Haunter, but we can go in with Altaria, and then we're going for Defense Deoxys, going for the kill. And we're basically just bodying it until it dies. We go for the Sky Attack just to get rid of a shield, but I actually don't think they shield it. I think they just accept their fate at this point. We did get a bit of lag though, so give it a second. Yep, they just kind of accepted their fate. They're like, hey, I'm probably gonna die anyways. They still have their Azumarill like in the fight, so yeah, GG on that one, GG on that one. Alright, so another Alolan Raichu lead. This time we knew what to do, but they actually go for the swap right away. I don't know why they swapped into Azumarill because we technically have the advantage with the Sludge Bomb, so I don't know. Maybe they just weren't expecting it. I mean, they were because they shielded it, but you know, we could just get off another one of their shields if they choose not to. And I know that we can charge up to get off another Sludge Bomb. That's exactly what we do. I don't remember if they shield it, they don't shield it. Okay, so they just tank it, and maybe they thought they could survive. We go for the swap into Azumarill against their Vigoroth. This was a very interesting pick. I don't see this one too often, so it was kind of cool to go up against. And Vigoroth is really, really good in the sense that it can just launch consistent body slams at you. Now they go for their Alolan Raichu. We're going for the Ice Beam, and I think they don't shield it. Yeah, they don't shield the Ice Beam, and you guys see how much damage Ice Beam does against Alolan Raichu. Even though it's not super effective, Alolan Raichu is on the glassier side. With that being said, though, Alolan Raichu is still really, really good against the main meta, being like Azumarill and Altaria. So, yep, there it is, and now we're going for the Shadow Ball with Haunter. Decent amount of damage. Again, Vigoroth is a normal type Pokemon, so it's not going to take like super effective damage from anything other than fighting types, and that's okay. Shadow Ball still does a decent amount of damage pretty much against anything, so it's a good move overall. And I swapped into Altaria so I could just tank out the body slams without having to use up a shield. There's really no need, and we just bodied it to death. And there you go, guys. That's the match. So overall, Haunter is pretty amazing, I have to say. I'm definitely stoked about using Haunter. I'm going to be using it continuously in my Great League matches moving forward. It's definitely become more of a meta-relevant Pokemon. I mean, it's a glassy Pokemon, guys. It's a spicy pick because you have to know how to use it, but if you do know how to use it, you can use it really effectively against the current meta right now in Open Great League, which is definitely a lot more Alolan Raichu, Alolan Marowak. I've been seeing that a lot. Against Alolan Marowak, it comes in really, really clutch. Against Azumarill, it comes in clutch. Against Altaria, it does struggle. Considering that your opponent is going to have Alolan Marowak or Azumarill, though, it's actually a really, really good Pokemon to be using. And it doesn't require a bunch of Stardust. Like, you don't have to go past level 30. I think mine's like level 28, level 29. So it's definitely on the more affordable side. I think that any Pokemon that you can power up under level 30 is on the more affordable side. Obviously, anything past level 30 is going to get really, really expensive. And so if you want to go for this spicy pick, I definitely do recommend it. Shiny Haunter is a personal favorite of mine. It was actually the first shiny Pokemon I got in Pokemon Let's Go. So it definitely does hold a special place in my heart specifically. specifically. And plus the blue tongue, it just looks amazing, right? You guys gotta agree with me on that. Anyways though, that is going to do it for this video. If you guys want me to feature another spicy pick in the future, let me know in the comment section down below. I do enjoy running these matches with a little bit more of the off-meta Pokemon, I guess you could say. I mean, I do still have like 2 meta Pokemon in my lineup, but I do have that spicy pick as well, which if I don't use it correctly, I could completely lose the match. So again, if you guys want to see me use more spicy picks in the future, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys have not done so already, make sure to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you do want to see more of these Go Battle League videos in the future, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well and turn on the bell notification. And I will see you all real soon in the next one.